everybody, peace and harmony with you here today. Zooming in on how to make an assessment of a covert narcissist relationship and how to determine if you're going to be set up for happiness or unhappiness. I'd received an inquiry from a viewer who is trying to do some research and determine if her significant other is a covert narcissist, and she said that a number of the videos really describe his personality. And really, I think what you have to realize and perhaps think about when you are assessing your relationships or dating somebody or thinking really truly about settling down is, can you and will you be happy with this person? Because there's all sorts of relationships with a covert narcissist where people who are married to them for a long-term basis actually are not bothered by their narcissism. They like a lot of space in the relationship. They're able to sublimate their needs, meaning what their spouse cannot fulfill, they go and fulfill through other relationships, other friendships, other organizations. And so they only derive very little from the relationship in terms of a certain commonality. It's a very, people have described it as a very independent relationship. And this can really go on for really quite some time. If you're not so disturbed by their lack of attentiveness or lack of communication or affection or things that really typify the covert narcissist. So, really looking at it, is to ask yourself, is this someone who you could be happy with? If you feel like, you're carrying too much of the weight in the relationship and it's too stressful, and you're becoming distressed, then this is a good red flag for you to heed and pay attention to, so that you're not doing more work in the relationship on down the road. And realize also that, people generally do not change if they are narcissistic. They're not going to change for you. So if you're finding you're having to ask them to change, so much of their behavior, so much of their communication style, how they interact with women of the opposite sex. For example, like the story that I just shared with you on the narcissist male who I had encountered. He had, just had seen me, and he was already making comments to this other woman about my hair, and she highlights her hair, and then telling, why don't you do that to her? And, this was in the very brief span of about 10 or 15 minutes. And so, as you can imagine, that couple who has been dating for about 8 or 9 months, I don't think, you would want your significant other perhaps telling you, to change your hair like somebody else, because this woman had kind of like shoulder length gray pepper salt hair. So, this is an example, and she had broken up with him 3 times in the space of 9 months, but he essentially had hoovered her back in. And, realize too that the narcissist can feign empathy. Even though he had, stated that, he could share these feelings and was, crying these tears, they were essentially crocodile tears. So if the covert narcissist, if you are happy with, really working, very hard and, kind of take pleasure in taking care of the needs of others, and you enjoy being needed, then it might be fulfilling for you to be in a covert narcissist relationship if they can take care of you in ways that you need to be taken care of. But realize you might need other ways of fulfilling your life with other relationships and organizations, so you can feel like you have a well-rounded life and happy social relationships. Peace and harmony with you here today. I hope these videos help. Please share and please subscribe for more great tools, videos, discussion, and support.